Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Fibre Friends podcast. I'm Cheryl from My Needlecrafts.
Hi, everybody. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool.
So how are you this week?
I'm great. I have been doing a lot of hat knitting this week.
Yeah, hat knitting is so fun.
It is, isn't it? It is quick. It's quick. I can get these hats finished.
Exactly.
I'm feeling the more as our month has gone on with the hat challenge, the more excited I just want to keep knitting more and more and more.
I know. It's like, how many more could I do? I could have a new hat for every day of the week.
You could. And some people do. Some people have been knitting so many hats.
I know.
It's wonderful. I've got 1, 2, I don't know. Am I counting this green one? Okay, I cannot do this. This
right there.
I know. I can't get this point. This one. Am I counting that? I think I finished.
Did you finish it in January?
I don't know if it was December 28th.
Oh, well.
It was my warm-up, my hat warm-up. Oh, okay. I know this is totally off, but I was thinking about sock madness this morning. Sock madness. That's what it's called, isn't it? That crazy thing that we always talk about in the Friday Night Live. Anyways, I gotta remember that to go check that out today. And they do sock warm-ups, which made me think that hat could be the sock, my hat warm-up project. I don't know. My finishes are so few and far between that I'm just going to lump all my hats together because this is the Christmas Chronicles 2 beanie. And I did finish that in December.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like looking at it and I love wearing it. So I'm just going to keep all my hats collected together for the next week or so.
So maybe in January next year, we'll call it Hat Madness.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Because there's a lot of madness going on. I saw somebody did like 8 or 10 hats already.
Donna had done, I'm sure she's over, she is over 10. She maybe has done 12. Her goal for the month challenge was 10. And then she was upping it. And I don't know if she actually officially said she was going to try to do 20, but she probably could. She is
hat madness.
Speedy hat madness. We'll name it after Donna. We'll call it hat madness for her. I know.
You go.
It's fun and it is so great. So this hat challenge has been going on since January 1st and we're going right through to the 31st. People are posting finishes in our Ravelry thread because that's where our prizes get drawn. So if you're new here, welcome. And Cheryl and I host monthly knitting challenges, which are tons and tons of fun. And we are having a lot of fun with the hat, for sure.
Yes. For those that are new, because I guess we don't say that very often, do we?
I know. And we do. We've got some new subscribers, which is really fun. And new people have been joining the Facebook group, which is Fibre Friends Friday Night Knitting.
Mm-hmm.
It is a closed private group. So when you search it on Facebook, you'll get prompted to answer 2 questions. So make sure you answer at least one of them. And Cheryl and I will let you into the group because it is a lot of fun. That's where we do most of our chit chat. I did open a Ravelry thread because somebody had asked about opening a Ravelry thread. So I thought, okay, I would do that. So if anybody isn't on Facebook, that would give them a spot to do some chit chatting. But all of our chit chatting happens in the Facebook group.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yes. And then every Friday night, Cheryl and I are on there and we do a live for 2 hours from 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. And we just chat about everything. And we do manage to talk about some knitting in there too.
We do.
It is
Friday night.
It is just a virtual knit night.
Yeah.
It's not a knitting class. It's not where we're teaching. So it's not all talk about knitting. It's just picture yourself sitting at a knit night at your local yarn shop, and you know how the conversation, you talk about your knitting and then it talks about recipes and cooking and anything Absolutely anything. We never know where the conversation goes on a Friday night. So let's go back to hat challenge. What I know, you have something fun to show us.
Something fun.
Something exciting.
I haven't finished.
I know, that's what I mean. I think you need to be more excited about a finish. Well, maybe you finish more things than I do. That's why I
did it twice.
You did, didn't you? So what was the deal? So the first time it was too big, right?
It was too big.
Look at that. And are you happy with the size?
I am. I actually even wore it. It's going to mess my hair up, but that's okay. Yeah.
That looks great. That looks really good.
Pardon?
It looks good.
Thank you. I like it.
The color, the pattern.
And it's very warm.
What yarn was it again?
It is I held together I didn't bring it in here, a sock weight hand dyed from Critium Handmade she's on Etsy. I'm gonna assume she's still on Etsy, but I got the yarn. It was in like deep stash from 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, I know, not as deep as yours.
I like that. That's deep stash. What is mine? What is deeper than deep?
And then I held it together with a strand of sugar bush mohair silk.
Yeah.
And a purple. And yeah, I like it. Turned out pretty good. I liked it so much, I'm knitting another one.
Are you? Do you have it started? Oh, is that like pinks and grays?
Yeah, it's going very stripy.
I like that. Okay, so what yarn is that? Oh, wait, I know this. This is your brand new one you showed last week.
Yeah, Songbird King Eider. So it's 100% superwash merino. In the colorway King Eider from Vicky at Songbird Yarn and Fibers.
That is so fun.
Yeah. So I started this Wednesday night, I guess. And then I knit most of this last night. So it's coming up kind of swirly. It's got like oranges and blues and yeah.
I like it.
It's really washed out. Sorry. There you go.
Oh, there's colors. So you can see the blues and the orange.
Yeah.
That's really pretty.
So yeah, I'm knitting the same hat.
That is the best compliment a pattern can get, right? Is when you knit it twice.
Knit it the third time.
Oh, well, no, I don't have you beat on that one. But okay, speaking of knitting hats more than once, let me show you what I did this week. So remember last week when I pulled out my hat, I had the garter ear flap hat.
Oh, yes.
So I finished it. So I pulled it all out while we were chatting, because remember I had mucked it up and had that line. And a few people were typing in comments, and somebody was typing it and they're like, no, leave it. And they're like, but you're pulling it out as I'm typing this. Yeah, it bugged me just having that little line there. So I pulled.
Well, there were 2 lines.
There was 2, I know, because I messed it up.
Yeah. It looks really good.
It is nice. I like it. So I finished it, but it is I don't know. I think it's a little bigger than it's supposed to be. So it kind of has a little slouch to it.
Yeah.
And somebody also pointed out, I think on my Monday in the Wildflower Wool video when I was talking about it, that I may accidentally have knit it with the wrong size needle. You know what they called for. I think I did a bigger size. But anyways, it's not that bad. When I was holding it up, I thought, oh, it looks a little bit big. And there was actually about 8 more rounds of decreases to do, but I thought, okay, this is getting way too tall. So I just finished it off. And this is it.
It looks good. I like it.
I like it too. And I love these ear flaps.
Yeah, because you don't have to pull it way down to get the coverage.
It just covers. Daisy's coming to say hi.
Oh, you have a friend.
I have a friend.
Did she like dig in when she jumped up?
She did. It's like acupuncture. Okay. She has her own water, but apparently drinking mine.
Well, it's much better.
She's so much better. Yes. So anyway, I cast on another one as well.
Oh, nice.
So I grabbed another ball of classic wool. I just have like these balls have just been in my stash for a while. And I need to knit these and get actual wearable items out of my stash yarn and either gift them, keep them for myself, or donate them somewhere.
For sure.
Has to, yeah, because there's so much more yarn that I want to buy that I have to make room. I have to get some shipped out so I can bring in some new stuff. So I grabbed this ball. It does have a ball band. It's an old ball of classic wool.
Looks like a dark green.
It is. It's moss heather. So it has a little bit, like a little flecks of like oranges and
I like it.
It's really pretty. I like it. And
like green.
Yeah. Oops, almost dropped a stitch. So I went down a needle size.
Oh, okay.
I think I did this on a 5mm. I can't remember if I actually checked the needle size. I just picked it up and I'm like, ooh, this looks smaller.
Looks okay.
I know. I'm hoping I was going for a 4.5. I think if I checked it, I was wanting a 4.5. Definitely feels tighter.
Yeah, it looks tighter.
Yeah.
Denser fabric.
And you know what I'm doing with this one? So do you want to hear a little story?
Sure.
Okay. So this hat, remember we were talking last week about how garter stitch is supposed to be so easy because it's all knits and yada, yada, yada. And this, because it's in the round, you have to knit and purl.
Yeah.
So when I started this 3 times,
Yeah.
I think this last time was the 3rd time. Oh, and I also kept track of how long it took me to knit it.
Oh.
Yep. So it took, I kind of roughly, because at the end when I was doing the decreases, I forgot to set my timer, but it was between 9 and 10 hours. And that was, so it's not bad, right? That's easily, I mean, if you had a whole day of knitting, you could knit it in a whole day, or easily a weekend, split it up into 2 or 3 nights, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you could get a hat done.
Yeah.
I had more trouble knitting this than I did that colorwork hat right there. That colorwork hat went so much faster than this.
Well, and if you knit it like an inch shorter, it would take a little less time.
It would take a little less time, yes.
Yeah.
But remember we talked about last week, we were trying to figure out that whole thing about doing garter stitch in the round where you just knit. And we were talking about, you know, if you just turned it inside out, and I had mentioned about short rows. I think it was Karen typed in and she's like, yeah, Louise, you were so close on your short row. She said it can be done. So I'm doing short rows on my green hat. So there is no purl rows in here. And it is working out so much better.
Okay, so I totally don't get it.
Okay.
Like you turn?
I am wrapping and churning.
But in the same place every
in
time?
The same place every time. So wait, I'm working across my row here. I've got, this is my beginning of round marker. So I will get, and now I don't, this is just how I figured out to do it. I don't know if there's a different way. I just kind of winging it and it seems to work. I am getting I'm knitting the last stitch. So I'm knitting right to the marker, knitting that last stitch.
Okay.
I'm taking the marker right off my needle, so it's right out of the way. This first stitch on the other side of the needle, I'm slipping that over, I'm wrapping it, and then I'm putting that stitch back, putting the stitch marker back on and turning it, and then coming back around this way. So then when I come back this way, I get to the end. This is the stitch that I slipped. The next round, when I come back, I will knit that right up to my marker, take the marker off, and then I'll slip the first stitch on this side, wrap and turn it, slide it back, put this back on, and come back around.
And you knit the wrap with the stitch.
No, with garter.
Oh, so you just knit the stitch.
Yeah,
So
there's
the
no,
wrap just goes around it, the
Yeah.
legs.
yeah, that extra wrap when it goes around the legs, that's a good way to say it, to phrase it. That just gives it that extra little bulk to fill in.
That's your
the gap.
seam.
It is. And so and it does leave a bit of a seam here, right?
Yeah, that's okay. Then you know what's the back of the hat.
Exactly. But yeah, and I don't mind it. This one here has a seam too, a much narrower, more neat seam. And that was just as coming around, you would be knitting, you get to your last stitch, slip the marker, then you switch to a purl. And it gave that really, really crisp line, which I like. This one here is not as crisp, but you can just see between those two stitches, one on either side, get slipped, alternating rows. So it does give you a bit of a seam look, but I think they both look nice.
So if you knit it according to the pattern where you switch, where you knit around and then you switch and purl around, you still get a seam.
Yeah, that's what you get on
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then this is what the seam looks like when you do the short rows. But honestly, oh my word, just doing the short rows and knitting, so much less brain power.
Well, because then you don't have to, oh, did I just purl or did I knit?
Exactly, because that is what I found. This was almost mentally exhausting now that I go back and think about it, because you know how when you're knitting, and if you're, you're watching something on Netflix or whatever, and you're knitting, and then your hands all of a sudden start doing something else. And if you think about something that I'm thinking, oh yeah, I want to, start another hat, and I'll do a knit two, purl two. Well, you know how your hands all of a sudden, before you know it, you're ribbing what you just thought of, right? And that's what I found on here was I would be knitting, and then sometimes I would just, I don't know, for no reason at all, I'd flip the yarn back and I'd start forward and I'd purl, then I'd have to undo it. It was just a lot of mental exhaustion to keep this hat on track, and I, during our guild meeting Tuesday night, my friend who had knitted, I was talking about it, and she said the same thing. And then I found out another girl in our guild, she had knitted a few times for some children in her family. And thankfully, they made me both feel so much better. And they both said the same thing. They had to pull back a few times because you do have to pay attention. And so that made me feel better, that I wasn't totally losing it on a garter stitch project, right? But the short rows, definitely the way to go with this. But it is,
well, now I want to knit that one too.
It is fun, and I love how it fits. I just think I want to put short rows in everything now. And I think I love this. It just keeps your ears so warm.
I like the shape of it a lot.
I do. Yeah. Well, this one here, don't quite buy this one, because this one is, I kind of had to improvise at the end, right?
Yeah.
So when I realized that it was getting too tall, because I just followed the patterns completely with this, I think it was 6 inches, and then start doing the decreases. And when I realized it was going to be too small, I just stopped decreasing, and I just did one round of knit 2 together all the way around, just to decrease my stitches. And then I put them on a darning needle and pulled it like a drawstring. And that's how I finished it, just so I wouldn't get any more height on it. This one, I'm going to try to pay a little more attention to the decreases so I can do the full set of decreases. But you just never know until you knit something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it has been a lot of fun. I like this. And now that I have done it 3 times, I had no trouble. I did not mess it up. I was able to do the short rows for the ear flaps without even looking at the pattern. So once you know what you're doing, it is a very, very easy knit.
So what is the name of that pattern?
Garter ear flap hat.
Okay. And it's on Ravelry?
Yes. Look, I linked it in the last, I'll link it again under this podcast. It's linked in last week's as well. It's a Pearl Soho pattern, so I think it's a free one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
I guess I forgot to save this one.
Oh yeah, the Myra hat.
This is the Myra hat. Yeah.
And I'll put a link down below if anybody wants to go add it to their.
My still terrible.
That's all right.
I'm not wasting ink to print it again.
Well, no, that's money you could spend on more yarn.
That's right.
We all totally get that, right? Yeah. So
speaking of buying yarn.
Did you buy more?
No, but you placed a little order for us.
I did.
So do you have more hat plans with the yarn you ordered, or is it for something else?
A little bit of both. Okay. I totally switched up from when we were placing an order through we have a little knit night group that a bunch of us do every weekend. So we all, of course, placed an order. And I thought I was looking at the palette, I think is what I was looking at.
Yeah, the fingering.
Yeah. And then I thought, but that was more just stash enhancement. I was thinking I wanted for fingering weight, for more color work projects, I wanted to have just a good stash of color selections. And then I got thinking about it. And then I changed my order. I went from fingering weight to a bulky weight.
Oh.
Because I have got my new start Mondays this month. So now there's been, last Monday shouldn't really count. The whole week hasn't gone, but I've technically started 3 projects and I have 1 done. So, and plus this, which doesn't really count, is not counted in my new start, but I had 2 hats finished this week, and I really liked that feeling of having finished projects. So before I put the order in, I was like, ooh, do I really want fingering weight or do I want bulky weight? So I stacked the deck in my favor and I went with bulky weight. So I did get some yarn for another hat or maybe 2. And I also got some yarn for our March challenge, which is the around your neck. So I got some yarn for that as well. Yeah, so we will show you that hopefully. And I don't know if it'll be here by next week for next.
That would be nice.
It would be nice. I'm hoping it typically comes quick. So fingers crossed. Maybe we'll have it for next Friday.
I have plans for 2 hats.
Okay, yes, you do. I know it's exciting. I mean, we can always carry hats into the first week of March or February if we have to. But yeah, the challenge will technically be done and the drawing will be closed. But if you still love knitting hats, keep going, right?
Absolutely.
That's the whole idea of these challenges, is to get people thinking of different yarns, different patterns, trying something they haven't, right? And just
inspired.
That's exactly. Do you have mohair fluff?
I'm thinking maybe a little bit.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to probably very soon put my snowflakes away. I figured because January is still wintry that I could still keep my snowflakes up, right? And enjoy them a little longer.
I put mine all in a little box and packed them away with my Christmas stuff to put on my Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's where mine will go. Maybe next weekend. Enjoy them as long as possible.
Uh-oh.
So
Uh-oh.
I did. So I did this hat last weekend as well.
That's nice.
Look at
That
this.
was one of your new starts.
This was my new start Monday or stash yarn. But of course, using 3 colors, I didn't finish up any of it. So now I have 3 part balls sitting in my stash. But I like this. I like my chevrons. But you know what I love the most about it is the top.
Nice.
I love that.
So you can knit the hat again and just change the colors around.
I think that's what I'm going to do because I
Knit it in black and put pink and gray stripe.
Yeah, I think so because this isn't really, I mean, pink isn't my color.
It doesn't look terrible.
Doesn't look terrible, but no.
But there's other colors that look better.
Yeah. So there's this hat.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep, I like it too. And
My daughter would love that. She loves pink.
Does she? Oh, see, that's right. See, there's always something for somebody, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So I like it. But you know, I don't know. I'm liking these ear flaps. I may just put ear flaps on every single hat. I think short rows are so magical that I know
game changer.
They are, right? And now that I'm feeling especially like I'm not going to mess them up, it's even more fun. I don't now I just want to put ear flaps. I could do this with ear flaps. Do ear flaps with some color work on them, right?
Sure.
That could be that could be my this Monday's poll question on my Instagram. If I do a hat, ear flaps or no ear flaps? I know. So many possibilities. Actually, I like wearing this. I'm gonna put it back on. There. Oh, so much fun. Yeah, hats. I'm really, really enjoying the hats. Can't wait. So we should probably talk about, as much as fun as we're having with hats, February is coming. And I'm
just looking at the calendar. We got one more week.
Yes. So we'll podcast again next Friday, and that will be kind of our wrap up for the hats, won't it? And we can do then a start into sweater knitting. So I'm sure everybody that has been watching our podcast for the last while knows that we have got a sweater challenge in February. And it's new starts and it's works in progress.
Just knit sweaters.
Knit sweaters.
That's as many as you can get done in a month, right?
Oh my God, as many. Well, I don't even want to jinx myself, but I am feeling, this whole finishing vibe. I've been finishing hats. I don't know how this is going to, roll right into finishing sweaters, but I'm kind of thinking that there is a chance that I could get 2 finished.
I'm going to finish my whip.
Yes. Your bulky one, right?
My bulky colorwork sweater.
I can't wait to see that one finished.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It'll be fast.
I pulled some yarn out of my stash and I'm thinking, this is maybe exactly what you were looking for. You were looking for a bulky acrylic wool blend, right?
Yeah, or even just wool, but a super wash, something soft.
Okay, yeah, then this isn't it. And I'm not sure this, I think I got this. Ooh, I got this on clearance. $4.99 a ball at Michael's a couple of years ago, probably. So I don't know.
Like the color.
I know, isn't the color pretty?
It's beautiful.
Burnt orange color. Oh, that's exactly what it's called, burnt orange. So this is, this you wouldn't have wanted this because it's not superwash and it's 80% acrylic, 20 wool.
Yeah,
And you were wanting the opposite, weren't you?
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, close. Well,
That's okay.
I wasn't really going to share it with you anyways.
I know. I'll keep looking.
So, but I found this in my stash. So I think this is going to be one of my sweaters. It's a Woolies tonal.
I like it.
It is. Yes. I don't know. I have a feeling that maybe this is something that Michael's doesn't carry anymore. That's why they were.
I've never seen it.
I have 7 balls of it. 7 balls. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I've pulled out. I have one of these little yardage estimate charts.
Oh, okay.
So I think it says here for an adult sweater in bulky, 950 yards to 1100 yards. I suppose if you're an extra small, I'm thinking 950 yards doesn't seem like very.
That's not very much.
Not very big.
But it is bulky.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So let's see. I thought we would do the math right here. We'll see. According to this chart, if I have enough. I hope I do. So you're working on socks? That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I've done a little bit, but I've been, busy hat knitting. So I put a couple of rows in here and there, but these are my just my regular socks. And this is Area 51 fibers in the Witch colorway. And I'm almost to the point. I think I got maybe an inch to go before I mark my heel. So I'm just
there.
about halfway.
Okay, I don't like this.
Not enough?
Not enough. This is maybe going to be a vest.
So how many yards are in a ball?
124.
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
And you got 7 balls?
7 balls.
According to your chart, that's not even enough for the smallest size.
I know. Well, I may have to. Well, that's disappointing.
Do you have any other colors you could add in, or?
I don't know. I'll have to go look. Well, that was too good to be true, wasn't it?
You could do some, if you got a black or a dark chocolate brown, you could do some color work at the bottom. Do your bottom rib in like a dark brown. I'm thinking like the Alaska hat.
Oh, yeah. I do have a black and a gray. Whoa, would that be too much to ask for it to be the exact same? I don't know if it's the same or if it's more of a super bulky. Oh, well, you know what? I guess if this isn't going to work, I could just make it into maybe a vest. Do I ever wear a vest though? No. Maybe I can just turn it into hats and cowls or a scarf.
Maybe it doesn't have to be a long sweater.
Yeah, I don't like cropped stuff though.
It doesn't have to be cropped.
You're
but
right.
Depends how long you want. You could do a 3/4 sleeve, which I don't like either, because if I'm going to wear a sweater, I want to be warm.
Yeah, true enough. Well, I could do a top down. I could, or I could make it for somebody else. It doesn't have to fit me. I mean, I guess we never did say the challenge was the sweater had to fit you, but I suppose that's kind of the idea though, right? You want to have a sweater that you can wear at the end of this, but I could do it for somebody who's smaller than me. I don't, well, darn, I'm back to square one with my sweater yarn.
Well, I know how you could get multiple sweaters done. So I remember once I was going to show some stuff that I had knit that was real tiny for, I showed my little dolls at one
Yeah.
point. So this stuff is not 100% finished, but this will just give you an idea of things that I used to like to knit, and those who know us for a while, Louise likes to knit things in big and I like to knit things in small.
Oh my goodness.
So this is knit with lace weight yarn.
Oh my word.
There's even some lace in the bottom of this.
That's fantastic. That's so cute.
Yeah.
And what were
I
you
know.
making those for?
Pardon?
What were you making them for?
For my dolls.
Oh, for the they fit those.
They're knit worthy.
Totally.
There's more. They're a little dusty because they're in a little bucket that I haven't touched in a very long time. Speaking of vests.
And look at that's got a little lace. Look at you.
I hadn't finished it yet.
They are really super cute.
So here's some crochet.
A little dress. Is that supposed to be a little dress or a little top?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
There's more. This one's not done. Also crochet.
Oh,
It's getting blown out.
That looks really tiny. Is that in lace weight as well? Oh no! Oh my!
This is crochet cotton. There's a little boot.
That's okay. That's way too fiddly.
Pants. Oh, did you see that fluff fly?
No, I didn't.
So this was another one I was knitting that I hadn't finished. So it's got a hood. It probably just needs to be sewn up.
How cute that is. Okay, so are you gonna finish a couple of these?
Goodness, no.
Buttermint. Oh, that's cute.
Crocheted. Oh, there's a flower.
So what is more of those? Is the flower crochet cotton again?
Yeah. And that's all. That's all she wrote. Oh, and this is my issue. I like to knit the things, but then I don't like to finish the things.
I think we can
There's
read
a head.
A head?
And a tail. Guess what I was knitting?
Is that a fox?
Yep. That's the body. I got some little ears that go on the hat, or so on here. All kinds of bits.
Oh, that is really cute. You know,
Yeah, maybe I'll finish it one of these days.
Somebody's going to want you to finish it so they can see it finished.
Yeah, maybe that's enough motivation. But that was my some of my little itty bitty knit sweater knitting.
That is really cute.
Just because I said a few weeks back I would show it, and I never did.
I'm glad you did. Yeah, it is. I love looking at it, but it is not inspiring me to attempt it.
Yeah, the needles I knitted on were really small. Now there's dust flying everywhere.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's really cute. Yep, I don't know. Well, maybe there you go. If anybody has dolls or teddy bears, why not knit them a little sweater during our challenge? We'll totally count that too, if that's something that you like doing.
You know, honestly, they're like knitting full-size sweaters.
Are they like super fiddly?
Well, it's lace weight yarn on small needles, and my dolls are 1/4 size, 1/3 size, 1/4 and 1/3 size, like actual human.
Wow. Yeah, no. I will just watch you do it, Cheryl. You
Just
carry on.
no, I don't do them anymore.
What?
My interest has changed.
But that's normal, right? You do something for a little bit, then
Yep.
move on.
Do what you enjoy and then do something else you enjoy.
Oh, that's right. And I think change is good. Just trying something new. Yeah. I always keep changing it up.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's backtrack here a little bit back to hats, since we do still have a full week and a couple of days, I think, left in our challenge.
Yep.
You said you bought yarn. We've got Knit Picks order for 2 hats for you coming.
Yes, some
What are the hats?
chroma. So I ordered some chroma, and which is a gradient, and a solid to do the Alaska hat.
Yes.
We've talked about the last couple weeks, so I'm going to knit it. And then there's another hat called Catch of the Day. Do you want me to grab the pattern?
No, you know what? I'll just put pictures in right here.
Okay.
I'll put the Alaska hat in here and the Catch of the Day.
Okay. So, and I'm going to knit the Catch of the Day. So I ordered 3 solids to do it. It's color work hat. So those are my hat knitting plans when that yarn arrives.
Okay. That'll be nice. The Catch of the Day was really cute. And for you,
So
you're
cute.
an avid fisher
person,
you will have to totally, because when season starts and it's still chilly out, you could totally wear that on the water, right?
Could ice fishing,
Yeah.
We're going next Thursday.
Are you?
I'll tell you all about it next Friday.
Okay. I can't wait.
Maybe I'll take some pictures.
You should. Well, we'll pop them in. You'll have to take your hat. Show your Myra hat doing its job, keeping you toasty warm.
Keeping me warm.
Yeah. That's exciting. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if well, I kind of have some plans for hats, but I wait and see when my yarn actually gets here. I should backtrack here. The tentacle hat, I think that's how you say it. Remember that one? But I don't know. I don't like the name of it. Tentacles. Like somebody said it's tentacles, like octopus. And I'm like, okay, that does nothing to entice me to want to knit it.
No.
But I like the stitch pattern. And I have a feeling that there was I think an Instagram reel going around, and a couple of people sent it to me saying, oh, this looks really fun. And I'm wondering if that is the same stitch pattern as that reel. Anyways, it looks really fun, but I got sidetracked with wanting to try this short row technique here. So I think that tentacle hat, I will maybe try it this weekend.
Yeah.
But I'd like to have some of it knit so I can show you next week.
Well, when I get this Myra hat done, it'll only take me 2 or 3 nights. If the other yarn hasn't come in yet, maybe I'll try one of those garter stitch hats.
Mm-hmm.
Because is it worsted?
It is.
Yes, worsted. You're using classic. Yeah. So I also have, I bought a hat kit from Vicky at Songbird Yarn.
Yes. I remember
last year when we went to Galt, House of Yarn in Cambridge, and there's 250-gram balls, maybe. Mm-hmm. Is it? I'm not sure. I forget.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
But it has a solid and then a what would you call that? Multicolor. Whatever.
Variegated?
Yeah, like this. It's like this, just one of her other colors. So maybe I'll use the solid. How much yarn does it take to make one of those?
I don't know. I can weigh one for you. And
I can always stripe it or something.
could.
Who knows?
Hold on. I can tell you.
Oh, they're 115 grams each.
Okay. So you got lots of yarn. All right. I plugged my scale in. Oh, that's pretty. So this one here, let me weigh this one. This will give you an idea. $79 grams.
Oh, there you go. So this is the hat kit that I got last year from Vicky. Oh, stupid light.
This hat is really warm. I like wearing it.
Yeah. So this is American Kestrel.
Oh,
And
I love
then,
that one.
yeah, and then this is for one of her tonals called Wind. And it came in a hat kit. I got terrible lighting here.
That's pretty. Those are both really gorgeous.
Yeah. So I can knit it. I can knit one with either one of these.
Good. You could do two.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe I'll do it in this.
Yeah.
Or this. Or this.
I mean, either would be.
Maybe I'll do both.
Are you going to try and do the short rows?
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Mm-hmm. I would. And it's not tricky because you start, you put some markers on, and then you do short rows for the ear flap. Then you knit around, then you do the other short row ear flap. And once those are done, then you can just concentrate on your short rows for in the round. So it's not like you have to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Easy.
Sounds good to me.
I can't wait to see what you think of it.
Yeah, sounds good.
I can't wait to see that hat. Yeah, so I guess I'll have to try my tentacle hat. That's why I think I'll try to have that. I don't know, done. I don't know. I don't want to get that excited and say it'll be done, but at least it'll be started, and then we can talk about the stitch pattern for next week.
So that's next on your list.
That is next
Cool.
on my list. Yes.
Cool.
Absolutely.
So did you have anything else?
That is all I have worked on. I've started a cowl, but I don't have too much done, so I won't. Maybe I'll show that to you next week. But no, it has just been hat knitting around here for me this week.
I did do a little bit of stitching. So I'll show you my update on my stitching this week. I had said I wanted to try and get that center motif finished, but.
Oh, you got the heart and both the birds in there.
Yeah. So I just have this corner left to do.
Close.
And it's kind of the same as this.
That's
and then I get to move on to the next page.
That's exciting.
It is. So.
That's coming along really nice.
Yeah, I love it. I love the squirrels. I love everything.
So what goes in? Okay, I was going to point, but I'm thinking, okay, that's not going to help you if I point. The empty space. Yes, is that your initials?
Initials, yeah.
Okay.
There's a space on each side. I'll do them when I'm done.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's coming along. That's for anybody who hasn't seen or been here before. That's Modern Folk Embroideries, The Fruit of Plenty, and it was the 2021 stitch along, which I'm very far behind on. I think I'm at August. Almost done August.
That's actually not too bad. You did really good until the summer came, right? You kept.
Well, it was taking me almost the whole month to finish it, like each section, and it just got that I wanted to do other things too. So
yeah, that's fair.
I needed a little bit of a break, but now I'm back at it.
Yeah. Good stuff. How about sewing? Have you any new bags?
Nothing new.
Nothing
just
new?
working, filling orders this last week. So yeah.
All right.
It's good though. By Friday, everything's gone for the week. So
That's right. I know we never get to see anything that you're working on. Maybe
Yeah.
we should have you take pictures. Can you take a couple pictures during the week, and then we can at least pop them in here so people can see what you're working on,
Maybe.
if you remember. I'd say I could remind you, but then I'd have to remember to remind you. Maybe some week we'll have pictures in here, and you can pop in some fabric or sock bags or knit bags
Yeah.
or whatever, just so
I
we
have a
can
few.
see
I
what.
do have a few new prints I want to get. Oh, how did I get a twisted stitch? Weird. Anyway, I have a few new prints that I'd like to get made up and
Yeah.
out. So soon, maybe.
Well, that would be fun. You know what? I'm thinking I might just wear this hat today.
Yeah.
I've got to go do a little errand today. I have to run down and see my daughter and her new puppy. So we'll see. Maybe I'll just wear this hat. And you know what? And I keep thinking it was too big, but it feels really comfy. So I don't know if it is actually too big or not. I kind of like it.
Looks good.
I'll have to take it for a test run and wear it this afternoon and see what I like. And then when I finish this one, I'll have to wear it for a day and kind of see which size I like better. That's my excitement for the weekend. Which hat size do I like better? But I guess then that way, right? Then I'll know what to knit for my next one.
Yeah.
Whether I want to go smaller or do bigger.
Yeah.
I will report back next week.
Good idea.
All right. Well, so yes, start getting sweater yarn lined up. Still have lots of time to get a hat or two knit for our challenge. Yep, our hat fun will just carry on.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
All the minions are coming in, so must be time to wrap up.
I think so. We'll let you go. Everybody can go have lunch. Okay. Oh.
You could just say hi.
Hi.
Well, like, come in there. Say hi to everybody. This is number 3, baby.
I got an award in class for best physical comedy.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're just saying goodbye to
And then I
everybody.
ate 3 cupcakes.
Okay, everybody. Have a good
Have a
week.
great week. We'll see you Friday, and then we'll see you next Saturday too.
Right. Yep. We'll see you all tonight in the live Facebook. Okay. Happy knitting, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.